Emmerdale stars Amy Walsh and Matthew Wolfenden have revealed that Tracy and David Metcalfe's marriage will hit breaking point after the dramatic events of Wednesday's episode. The couple have just hit the rocks in heartbreaking scenes, after David caught Tracy in a hotel room with sleazy handyman Phil. This week's episodes have seen Phil try to blackmail Tracy into sleeping with him, using his knowledge of her past as a prostitute against her. Advertisement: continue reading below. When Tracy met Phil in a hotel room, she planned to set him up by tying him to the bed and recording him, but she soon faced some awkward questions of her own when suspicious David burst in on them. As Tracy finally told David the full truth about her past and her connection with Phil, she was left devastated as he failed to support her, and the repercussions are far from over. Revealing what's in store next, Matthew explained, David had kind of got over the fact that Tracy used to be a webcam girl and that she'd done a low-budget porno film. He was fine with all that. But I think now it's the fact that Phil used to pay Tracy for sex. David is married this girl and he thought he knew all of her shady past and everything about her. Then all of a sudden, he's been hit with the revelation that she used to be a prostitute as well. That's what he really finds hard. On the flip side, there's a line where David says to Tracy, "Listen, I forgive you for everything you did in your past." Tracy goes, "F off. I don't want you to forgive me. I want you to love me for who I am. It was my past. I was a kid. I was 17 or 18 years old. I don't want forgiveness. It wasn't a good time for me." Advertisement: continue reading below. Matthew continued, even though David doesn't take it too well at first, beyond that he tries to make things work. He does really try. But in the back of his mind he's thinking, my wife used to be a prostitute. He can't get over this fact. But the time when he really messes up is when they're having a heart-to-heart and he says, "I forgive you." And she goes, "That's not what I need from you." So that is the initial breaking point for them as a couple. Amy has also discussed Tracy's take on the situation, revealing how disappointed she is by David's lack of support. Amy said, "What I think is interesting about Tracy's past is that no one does that for fun. No one does that unless they have to. It shows how desperate Tracy was. She was the victim. It's easy for people, even for someone who loves her from the outside, to just assume that they chose that path. The reason Tracy went to the hotel is because she was trying to do everything in her power to not need to have this conversation with David. Then after going through all that secrecy and the drama of it all, and how horrible it was just before David came in, she had to tell him anyway." Emmerdale airs weeknights at 7 p.m. on ITV, with an extra episode at 8 p.m. on Thursdays. Read more news, spoilers and gossip on our Emmerdale homepage. Want up to the minute soaps news, spoilers and gossip on your social feeds? Just hit like on our Digital Spy Soaps Facebook page and follow on our @SoapScoop Twitter account. Digital Spy Soap Scoop video. Hit play below for all the latest Emmerdale spoilers, as Chaz's pregnancy sparks some big drama, and Bob and Laurel reignite their affair.